way that we're going about addressing harm and addressing crime and addressing violence is deeply flawed. It exacerbates the situation. It's not stopping the violence. And all of these places where violence are the most rampant, I guarantee you are the places where the incarceration rates are the most high and the longest sentence are meted out to people more, as if it's the answer, but it's not the answer. As the sentencing goes up, so does the violence. There's a different way to address this.
We've got to do something different. Otherwise, we're going to lose all of our young people.
Our systems that have been designed is just to punish them without even giving them an opportunity to right the wrong that they have done.
There's been so much harm from punishing people, and it's such an old way of being. Like, it goes back into our times of slavery. More harm is being caused, and nothing's getting resolved.
Communities across the country are realizing that our justice system is not working, and that they deserve more impactful solutions to provide safety and healing for their communities. At EJUSA, we are working with communities across the country to develop restorative justice diversion programs that support healing and accountability. From California to Philadelphia, from Nashville to New Orleans, EJUSA is working with a network of partners to show that restorative justice is a more impactful way to build communities and keep them safe.
The way we have been doing what we call justice is not just. If they're found guilty, it's all about punishment, about how do we punish this person for what they've done. It's not about how do we fix what happened, and there's never really an emphasis on the person who was harmed. How do we help that person? Restorative justice is trying to heal people and to restore them to a place where they can move on in our community.
Mistakes happen, and a part of being a person in the community is to step up and make that mistake right. Do better the next time. Help the person that you hurt and the community at large.
Our systems that have been designed is just to punish them for making mistakes, or to punish them and lock them up without getting to the root causes, or without even giving them an opportunity to right the wrong that they have done.
True justice would really be seeing that person that did the harm, they actually were transformed, and now they're the ones that's doing the good.
The concept of restorative justice as an equal part of the justice system is just such a step forward in terms of what we do as regards prosecution. To recognize that we have to figure out how to make people both better on the one hand, that is people who do bad things, but also how to restore people back who were victims.
The idea is that we're diverting people from the system so they never have to be incarcerated, and also making restorative justice a right for survivors.
There's 4 areas of harm that we were looking to address. That's the one that we have to ourselves, to our family, to our person harm, and to our community. So we bring in people into the space that are stakeholders that are gonna help hold the youth accountable, or the people that are in his life that do hold him accountable.
My job as a coordinator is to prep all 4 parts of harm, making sure that they understand what the structure is going to be in conference, making sure that any questions or concerns that they may have about being in that space, each participant is so important to make sure that we flush out all those things. You at least try to get a good indication on where people are feeling or where they're at and what they need to be supported to help them get to that space. Every person that's going to be in that space, not just the youth, but everybody in that space, so that they know that this is the intention, this is the expectation.
We help them learn what it means to account for harm that they've caused. It's not just looking at another person and saying, I'm gonna do something to you and therefore that's accountability. I held you accountable. No, we must have processes that invite people to learn what it means to account for what they have done.
I had to own up to what I did, speak about what I did, and meet the person that was harmed in the instance. And you had to look that person in their face, accept that, and go about it, and that was the only way for it to be complete. Nah, it wasn't easy. It was part of the plan. Like, y'all just told me what I did, and yeah, it hurt knowing y'all just like, yeah, you did that, but you gotta hear it.
It gives people who made bad choices an alternative to just being labeled as a criminal and put behind bars, and it gives you an opportunity to think a little more critically about what you engaged in, how did it happen, and how did you end up in that place, and maybe time to reflect so you don't end up there again.
These young people get to go through this program, take accountability for what they did, get to face the person that they actually harmed, and stepping up and apologizing to that person, and then figuring out a plan on how you can repair that harm.
When the situation first happened, I just was like, oh no, send her to jail. Like, I was like, send her to jail. Everybody deserves second chances and redemption. Even if you feel like they don't deserve that second chance, do it for yourself. I think this process has gave me the closure that I needed.
Shortly after the assault, when I heard that it was the young people that had done this, I think it scared me, but it saddened me at the same time. Because I'm like, these people are at risk. My mindset was, there's a reason they did it. There's always a chance for them to change. And if it's not, at least try to give them a chance.
For some people, it probably seems weird to us that we're actually even engaging in a conversation or willing to engage in a conversation with the very person who took our father. But we are. And the reason we are is because if we don't do something different, not only did we lose our dad, but that family could very well lose that child. It's a blessing. It's a great opportunity to be able to be heard and to have the opportunity to speak to the person that did the harm. Is something that you're not gonna get in the regular system. You're gonna leave that process not having the answers to your questions, which will help you to move forward and go on with your life.
I get pushback a lot. Like, well, you know, you're just slapping people on the wrist. You're not doing anything. Then I said, but our crime rates for our juveniles are down. In 2013, we were arresting about 4,000 kids a year, if not more. At the end of 2021, that number was down to 1,000. And so literally, we are over 60% less arrests of our juveniles in the community. And that means that we're doing a lot of intervention and prevention work so that it doesn't get that way.
We've got to do something different. We do. Otherwise, we're going to lose all of our young people. We've got to give them the systems that they need to be successful. And when they make a mistake, we need to truly give them the resources that they need to do better and be better.
My experience with it so far, it's been like nothing but good. Like they ain't did nothing but like trying to lead me in the right path. How can you not make the same mistakes? How can we help you like improve and change your ways? Like I got around some support. Like everything been getting better. Like my skin clearing up. Like I feel better. Like I feel better. Like as a person.
I went to jail, I sat in a box. But when I came to you guys, it wasn't you did this, you about to go there. It's you did this, why? You did this, what can you do different? And you get to actually communicate and go through step by step, and they give you a map. So even when you're done, they're not done. Like you said, you kept contacting, kept making sure you're all right. I choose restorative justice over the system. It's just overall better. It sets you up for afterwards. Jail don't do that. They give you a voice, they make sure that you're straight, and they work with you and give you that support system. They own your team 100%. Thankful for the opportunity to get through that. Because I went through jail for the same charge that I went through restorative justice program, and it was two completely different experiences.
It's more than just about repairing the harm or reconciling differences around this specific incident. It's also about sowing the seeds that could turn into something transformative, that could change the situations and the conditions that's breeding violence and victimization in our community.